G'day mate, how's it going? It's your mate Benny Mac, back in the Scale Model Garage, fellas. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Well, my friends, today I'm going to try and get some bare metal foil down on the 2014 box stock community build. So I thought I might do a quick sort of how-to tutorial on just how I put bare metal foil on. You know, there's a few different methods that I've seen people use, but I've just sort of taken bits and pieces from everyone, and I thought I'd just show you how I do it quickly, fellas. So yeah, basically this is it, guys, if you haven't seen it before. I've been in the hobby now for about 3 years, and I've only just started using my second packet, fellas. So, you know, even though it is a bit expensive, I think it's like $15 for a sheet here in Australia, but considering, you know, in that 3 years I've only really used one sheet of it, and I've put it on, you know, quite a few builds. So it does go a long way, fellas, especially if you apply it the way I like to apply it, in strips. Instead of, you know, trying to cut the wastage right down, just cut it in strips. So alright, so now I'll quickly set up here and show you the tools I use, fellas. Alright guys, so here are the tools that I use. I brought myself a pack of 100 surgical blades, and they're carbon blades, super sharp, fellas, so you really got to be careful. But the only problem is, guys, when you get them, as you can see, when you open them here, they always open up on the side that you put into your X-Acto knife, but these don't actually fit straight into your blade, fellas, so you actually have to get a pair of pliers, well, tweezers, yeah, pliers, sorry. As you can see, you have a bit of trouble, it won't fit in there. So all I do, guys, before I take that sharp edge out of the packet, you just grab it with a pair of pliers, and get another pair of pliers with some cutters, and just like that, it cuts off. So now it should fit in my X-Acto blade, just like that. And I'll just get this out of the packet. I'll just try and keep it in the packet as long as I can, fellas. You don't want to. I've nicked myself a couple times with these blades, guys, and yeah, they doesn't take much of a nick to cut. So there we go. We've got our brand new X-Acto blade, guys, and even sometimes I just like to get a black marker, and I'll just put the tip with the black marker just so I can see it. Makes it a little bit easier just to see exactly where your tip is. So alright guys, once we've done that, I also have a set of surgical scissors which I use for cutting the bare metal foil into strips. And then I just have a couple different pair of tweezers that I find handy just to handle the stuff and peel it off occasionally. So, and then for the application, guys, I just use the old cotton tips, and sometimes these come in handy. I've just got myself some dentist, they're just like little dentist brushes. I found them on eBay, pretty cheap, so it's good to get into the little deep crevices if you need to. But that's about all the tools that I use, fellas. Now I'll quickly set up with the body here, guys, and I'll put a couple pieces down and show you how I apply it. Alright fellas, so here's the body for the 2014 box stock community build, the little Hilux short cab I'm building. I've gone with the purplicious colour. I've just wet sanded it with some 8000 and 12,000 grit just finely, just to sort of smooth it out. As I said in my last video, I was pretty happy with how it was, so I didn't really want to sand it at all, but gave it a quick hit, guys. And I've heard a lot of people say that this stuff actually loses its stick after about a year. So, but like I said guys, I've had that first packet for you know, 2.5 years, and it still seems to work okay. So what I'm going to do guys, I'll put a strip across here, eh? So it's probably a bit wide this piece, but what I'll do is, and always guys, the edge is never sticky, so always cut a little bit off your edge there before you start putting it on. Okay, I'll try and keep this in shot for you fellas. So just take your scissors, cut yourself a strip. Don't worry if there's a bit of a wrinkle or something in the foil there, you occasionally get a piece with a few wrinkles in it. And just basically get a rough idea where it's going to go on the car. Snippety snip. Alright, now you want to grab your tweezers, this is where they'll come in handy to pick up this stuff. And remember, this is brand new surgical blade fellas, so you just want to lift the edge up on that. Now, peeling it off is the fun part guys, you've got to try and sort of, it will curl up on itself. Now, what I like to do is just be very gentle with it. And I've seen people, they just sort of lay it on where they want it and then smooth it out. I like to get one edge started and then just slowly work it over the piece where you're applying it. I've got the shakes up today, so it should be right about there. Now I find if you do it this way, you don't get any wrinkles and it lays on nice and smooth. And just work it into those recessed areas fellas. Beauty about the Q-tip, it's nice and gentle, and as you can see I just nearly ripped it. So it is quite fragile guys, you do have to be careful. And I'll just take my knife, I'll slice it a bit there, and then I'll slice it just up to there. Now I'm not going to wrap this in there, so I can just leave it like that. Now for the fun part guys, so I'll try and keep this in shot for you. I've gone right on the edge on this one, so just very, there you go Benno, stuff it up straight away. And again. Okay, so that should be enough. Slowly peel that back. And then we'll grab this side. So as you can see guys, those surgical scalpels really make a easy job of it. Let's make sure I got that bit. And that's okay because I can patch that up with the next piece I put on for the pillar there. So alright, once we've done that guys, just get your Q-tip and varnish it down again. Just might have lifted up a little bit when you peeled it up. And as you can see there, I did have a couple of slips guys, and I did cut the foil, but once you sort of varnish it in, it's up to you, you can rip it off and start again if you want, but I find once you smooth it in like so, it's not that noticeable really, and once I clear over it. So that's how I do it fellas, pretty much the same for the door handle. You just put your piece on, varnish it all the way around. Those surgical blades really make it easy, you just got to lightly go around the edges and off she comes and leaves it on there nicely. So I just thought I'd do that quick video fellas just to show you how I put bare metal foil on. I won't waste any more of your time and sit here and do the whole body in front of you. So, but I hope that helps someone fellas if you haven't used it before. it does take a bit of, you know, first few times I used it I was pulling my hair out, and I know Dr. Cranky and a few of the other guys hate it, and then some other guys like Gil over at Red Dragon Model Works, he seems to have no dramas at all with it. So, but just depends on the person, I guess, fellas. But it's one of those things, it just takes a bit of patience. Make sure you got some good light, even if you want to wear one of those magnifying things on your head. My eyes are still pretty good, fellas, so I find it easier just to go with my bare eyes. But alright guys, I'm going to keep it short as I can. So it's your mate Benny Mac saying have yourself a good day or night, wherever you're from. Catch you later, mate.